I wanted to show you guys how to make a amazing coffee. You don't need to go to Starbucks. You don't need to go to any fancy coffee place. It's actually extremely easy. This tastes so good to me that like I can't even imagine wasting my time going to a coffee shop and they add all that crap into it. And you like imagine working there and making all these custom coffees for these weirdos. Um, so I came across making this like 6 months ago or something, where I basically went to a grocery store and I realized you could get pre-made iced coffee. So this is like cold brewed iced coffee, some shit like that. Okay, so it's basically pre-made coffee. This was like four something dollars. I bought all this stuff off of Amazon instead of a grocery store, which is amazing. Typically, what I've started doing is using a lid. So, for example, this thing, you can make the coffee in this, I guess, and then this lid is very important, mainly because I use whipped cream quite a bit. And if you don't have a lid, every time you take a sip, the whipped cream's going to hit you in the nose, basically. You'll see as I go and make this. So I have a glass with a little bit of ice in it. The ice is very important because you want it to be actually extra cold. You don't want to be sipping cold coffee, but it's not that cold. So you want the coffee to be, a little bit cold. So put some ice in it. Light ice, Starbucks, take a hint, light ice. Don't fill it all the way up with ice and then give me like 3 sips. That literally happened to me. I went to Starbucks. I had literally like three or four sips of coffee and then it was all ice. And I paid a shit ton of money for it. So I'm going to be using just a normal glass so you can kind of see what it looks like. Again, I got three of these iced coffees for like $4 or $5 each. So it was like $15, I guess, for three of these big things. I am probably going to make my own coffee, but that's, why waste my time when I can just buy the coffee already made? We're not that poor. Okay, so we're going to pour in our coffee. Quite a bit. Quite a bit of coffee. A lot of people say, is it even coffee after you add all these sweeteners and shit to it? I mean, you can clearly see that, a lot of the glass, and then again, we need to add a lot of stuff to it. So I started adding this stuff, this Torani. I think if you go to like a boba tea shop, where they make boba tea, you'll see these a lot. And these are just like syrups, this is vanilla syrup. And I like these because like if you try to add sugar to coffee that's cold, it's just going to be granulated at the bottom. So you need some like really sweet syrup. And, sometimes I put more, sometimes I put less. You don't really need that much. Okay, so that was enough. I don't know why I'm adding more. I don't need to do that because I just don't need to do that because we're going to be adding some creamer. Now again, you don't have to pay too much attention to the brands that I'm using. I've seen so many people nitpick like, oh, I don't like Starbucks coffee because it's bitter, or I don't like a certain creamer. These are completely different brands than what I usually use, and they taste the same to me. I'm getting the same. So this is Coffee Mate. Again, I was not using Coffee Mate brand until just now because I ordered it off of Amazon. So I was using different brands. So a fair amount of creamer. And you got to shake it up. It's thick. Some people get creamer that apparently you don't need to refrigerate, and then they complain that it looks like clear, kind of like this. Like this isn't creamer, it's clear. So I'm assuming so again, this you don't have to refrigerate. It's a syrup. So I think a lot of these creamers that you don't refrigerate, they're actually syrups. And then they're like, it's clear. Herder. So I added creamer, some syrup, a little bit of ice, some cold brewed coffee. And this is Starbucks brand. Usually Starbucks brand is like, expensive, but it was like 25% off, And I got like three of these. I should have bought more to be honest, but I think these are like 48 fluid ounces or something. 48 fluid ounces. So we're almost done. So we can see it's not completely creamed out. Yeah, boys, creamed out. We have one more thing to add, and that's the whipped cream. And this is a Amazon Fresh Dairy Whipped Topping Original. They have like extra creamy, like it's like thicker. I've tried other brands that are extra creamy. I was like, ooh, extra creamy. I think I prefer the normal one. So so that was kind of stupid, adding that little bit of extra topping on top. So again, this is why you want to top. And this is why you want to top. Okay. The more you know. But, you know, obviously you can add more creamer, less creamer to make it more sweet, less sweet. And I don't usually mash it down, but I'm trying to fix this problem that we got going here. Now, I do care about the flavor of a lot of these things. I used to get like hazelnut and mocha. You know, they have all these different flavors that you can get: caramel, hazelnut, mocha. I typically get vanilla, but I actually think I prefer cream flavored stuff more. So you'll notice this is called Italian sweet cream. Creme, sweet creme. So basically, I look for sweet cream, which is basically just a very sugary flavor to it. You know, as much as I like hazelnut, as much as I like chocolate mocha, as much as I like caramel, I think just sugary cream flavored is the best. I think that's very important to say in this video. I think that's optimum, you know. I think this could have been a little bit sweeter. Maybe a little bit more creamer. Let's just go ahead and do that. And a little bit more syrup, maybe. Just extra sugary because I did add a lot of coffee this time. Maybe to, you know, not look like somebody that is basically just drinking sugar and not coffee. But, like I said, I have been using coffee cups lately that have lids, but I wanted to, you know, use a transparent cup just so you can kind of see what it looks like, you know. But yeah, again, you can get different brands. It doesn't have to be Starbucks brand coffee. It doesn't have to be the same sweetener brand. It doesn't have to be the same, you know, anything. It's just a really sweet, creamy, amazing, you know, drink. I'm sure if you looked at the Starbucks menu or even McDonald's menu, they have like iced caramel lattes or something, or you know, something like that, and they have ones with whipped cream on top, the iced coffees with, you know, whipped cream on top. That's basically what this is, I guess. Again, it's just coffee, creamer, you know, sugar, whipped cream, and it's the best. I like the sound of the ice and the whipped cream together, giving it kind of a dampened, icy, clinky sound. But yeah, typically I make big coffees, big boy coffees, shit like this with lids on it. Okay, I'll see you guys later.